What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Today we're going to be going over a Nightfall exclusive weapon that I will be taking with me into Lightfall, talking about the Militia's Birthright Kinetic Grenade Launcher. This thing absolutely slaps, in my opinion, has some very interesting roles for me, so we're going to cover everything for PvP, PvE for you guys, as well as those origin traits. So starting out right here, our first origin trait, we got Stunning Recovery. So stunning a champion partially refills your magazine, triggers health regeneration, and improves recovery for a short duration. Very, very good for the PvE realm, in my opinion. I definitely run this over the second one that we have when I'm taking this in for PvE. Now that second trait that I'm talking about is Vanguard's Vindication again. So we have final blows with this weapon, grant small amount of health. That's only about 7 health. Works a lot better with something like an auto rifle SMG compared to something like this. So that's why I run Stunning Recovery most of the time, but just wanted to cover both of these origin traits for y'all. So starting us off for our PvP God Roll, I'm going with Quick Launch purely because of that handling and velocity, being able to switch on and off of the weapon to hot swap to a hand cannon, whatever you may be using. Plus that little extra velocity allows that to get to the other Guardian a little bit faster, so you can absolutely melt them. So in the second column right here for our perk, we're going with Spike Grenades to give us that plus 10 to stability, and when we do make direct contact, we get 50% damage increase. So very nice when you're throwing this into a group of Guardians and you get that nice direct impact. But I was really looking for something that had an increased blast radius. Not looking like we have anything for this grenade launcher, but in PvP there are better options. This thing sings more in the PvE realm, at least for me. Moving on to our third column, I'm going with Quick Draw actually, so we're able to ADS and stow and ready this very, very quickly on the weapon. So this helps us once again to hot swap a little bit faster, especially comparing that with other perks in this column. Definitely built out for PvE in my personal opinion. So Quick Draw, definitely what I'm going for in this third column for PvP. Last but definitely not least, we're going with Frenzy. So when we're in combat, we get that nice little bit of increased damage at 15%. Thought about going with Swashbuckler, but only having 2 shots in the magazine for most of the time makes it harder to really get Swashbuckler to get going. So using Frenzy is a better way to go, in my personal opinion, for that PvP realm. Moving on over to the PvE realm, we're going with Smart Drift Control for our first perk, so we get stability, velocity, handling, and recoil increase, the jack of all trades for these GL basic launcher barrels. Very, very good perk in my opinion. Now for me, for my God Roll for PvE, I'm running Blinding Nades because they are so clutch in endgame activities, making that ad management so much easier. If you're going for straight DPS, Spike Nades is a little bit better because of that 50% damage on direct impacts, but personally I like Blinding Grenades for that endgame activity. One of the best perks in the endgame activities for grenade launchers, in my opinion, easily. Now this might be a little controversial, but I'm definitely running Slideways on this bad boy. So when we slide, 15% magazine refresh, and because this is a GL, when we slide we're getting that bolt back inside, so it's an instant reload for us with 20 in stability and handling for a couple seconds. So this is very, very nice for those instant reloads, being able to stun more enemies with those blinding grenades. And like I said, for damage with spike grenades, you can shoot, slide, shoot again, do that nice extra little DPS on enemies and keep those enemies at bay. Now in this final slot, I am going with auto-loading holster, so when we do have to put the weapon away to switch to our primary, we don't have to worry about loading it. There wasn't anything, in my personal opinion, that really sang to me in this final slot. Again, we could go with something like Frenzy, I guess, to give us that nice 15% increase to damage, but I think auto-loading suits my gameplay a little bit better, especially with slideways and blinding grenades on this. Just think auto loading fits that build slightly better, but we also have stats for one, which is a very good PvE perk. So you just got to hit 3 different enemies. But again, I'm going with auto loading, so hopefully y'all can get this when it comes out in the Nightfalls exclusively for the Militia's Birthright. If the higher level you do, the better chance you have of getting one to drop. Then if you run that Grandmaster, you get 1 single adept at the end of every single Grandmaster. So it's a nice little farm that'll be coming up in the weeks here, not too far away. So thank you guys again for that support and watching. Truly appreciate it. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.